Good morning, my dear students. Welcome back to class on history. We are still dealing with the chapter Delhi Sultanate, and the previous class, I hope if you remember, we have been dealing with the steps or the reforms taken by Muhammad bin Tughlaq. We had completed the transfer of capital, token currency, taxation in the world. I think that's what we are learning. And I've told you the aim of this particular person, this ruler, was to conquer not only the territories in India but also in Central Asia. That was a concept, that was the aim of this great man called Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Territories in Central Asia. So his aim was not only to conquer the territories in India but also to conquer the territories in Central Asia. So what did he require? To conquer the territories in Central Asia, what did he require? He required a huge army, the large army. Because we need army to conquer a particular place. So his aim was to conquer not only the territories in India but also the territories in Central Asia. So what did he require? He required a large army. So to maintain his large army, what did he require? He required huge amount of wealth. He required huge amount of wealth. That's what he required. So to get amount, to get wealth, what did he do? He increased the revenue. Increased land revenue. Naturally, if you increase the land revenue, you will get a huge amount of wealth. So he increased the land revenue, but when he introduced this particular increased land revenue, there was a famine that broke out. So when he introduced the increase in land revenue, there was a famine that broke out. Since there was famine, the people refused to pay the taxes. People said, we do not have money, we do not have anything to eat, so how can we pay the tax? But the tax collectors, the people who collect the tax, they did not show any mercy towards the people who were suffering from famine. They introduced various steps to collect the land revenue. So what did the peasants do? What did the people who were suffering from famine, what did they do? They fled to jungles and they abandoned their land. So this is what happened. So the aim of the ruler was to conquer the territories not only in India but also in Central Asia. To get his aim done, he wanted to have a large army. To maintain a large army, he wanted huge amount of wealth. So to get the huge amount of wealth, what did he do? He increased the land revenue. Once he increased the land revenue, what happened was that there was a famine that broke out in the particular place. So the peasants said, we are not going to pay the tax because we do not have money, we are starving. But the tax collectors who were supposed to collect the taxes refused to listen to them. They did not show mercy and they introduced various steps to collect the taxes. So what did the people do? The people abandoned their land and they fled to jungles. Okay, so what are the steps taken by Sultan at that time? The ruler, saying the condition of the peasants, what steps did he take? He took effective steps. And what are the steps? He introduced free distribution of grains like wheat and so on. He began to distribute freely and he began to give advance loan to the peasants and he improved the irrigation facilities. So he gave free distribution of grains, advanced loan to the peasants, improved irrigation facilities. But though he introduced all these steps, those steps were too late. Okay, though the Sultan introduced various steps for overcoming this particular famine, those steps were too late. By the time he introduced all these effective steps, the people were starved to death and there was a huge suffering to the agriculture. This is what happened This what you mean by the term called taxation, the place called Dawab. Okay, so the aim of the ruler, the requirement, what steps did he take, but the outbreak of famine which destroyed the plan of a sultan. Now come to the fourth one, the plan of conquest. Okay, that's what was his plan of conquest. The dream of this particular great person called a sultan called Muhammad bin Tughlaq, his aim was to conquer the whole world. That was the concept, that was the aim of this particular ruler. So he organized huge army. His aim was to conquer the whole world. So he organized huge army. And what did he do? He paid 1 year's salary in advance to the soldiers. But why was it a failure? The failure of token currency, which I had taught in the class, and because of the failure in the token currency, he abandoned the dream of this particular conquering the whole world. I hope you remember what you made the term called the token currency. He introduced the bronze coins instead of the silver coins, but it was failure because there was a spread of duplicate coins. So it was a failure. So his aim was to conquer the whole world. So he organized a huge army and he paid 1 year's salary in advance to the soldiers. But it was a failure because of the failure of the token currency. So he abandoned the dream of this particular dream of conquering the whole world. So these are the 4 steps that four reforms, or the 4 things that you need to remember of this particular person. Now come to the last part of this particular chapter. Is about the administration done by the Sultanate. Okay, Sultanate administration. Okay, the main thing that you need to remember is that there was a powerful centralized authority, which means the king was the ultimate authority. That's what you mean by the term called powerful centralized power. Powerful centralized power. It means the authority was with the ruler or with the king. The Sultan was a supreme executive, legislative, judicial and military power in the place. Executive, legislative, judicial and military power. The supreme power in the field of executive, legislative, judicial and military. And the revenue, the ruler looked into the revenue and the administration, but he was assisted by ministers. So he was in charge of the supreme power of executive, legislative, judicial and military, and he also was the head of revenue and the administration. And there was, as I said, he was assisted by a group of ministers, and there was a person called Wazir, which means the prime minister. Wazir means the prime minister who supervised the work of other people. Okay? So the administration of the Sultan, there was someone called him Wazir, which means the prime minister who supervised the work of other people. I hope so much is enough for you for today. We will continue with the administration done by the Sultanate in the coming class. I'll send the PDF, I'll send the notes in the WhatsApp group, and you go through the notes and complete the notes. Thank you.